psychopaths would rather listen to rap than classical music or jazz. Welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna be taking a look at an article published in 2017 about how your music taste could reveal who you are as a person. Of course, this is also moving into the territory of studies that claim the video games you play can influence you to carry out atrocities. So I certainly don't agree with this premise from the get-go, but just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean you should block it out or ignore the point made. So let's dive in and see what this is about. As always, before we get started, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and remember people, the likes are free and helps keep me going on this channel to bring you more content. I'll leave a link to the article in the description, so let's dive in. While movies have long conditioned us to believe that psychopaths listen to classical music as they prepare their instruments of torture or throw brains on the grill, it turns out that their tastes are much more modern. A recent survey found that people with the highest psychopath scores were huge fans of Eminem's Lose Yourself and mid-90s Blackstreet Jam No Diggity. In contrast, fans of Sia's Titanium and the Knack's My Sharona were amongst the least psychopathic. Well, maybe this just proves that the people with the highest psychopath scores are fit and have great taste in music, since Lose Yourself is one of the greatest workout and motivational songs ever made. Just saying. Let's continue. Why is this important? Researchers believe that analyzing the playlists of certain individuals could be used to recognize potential psychopaths without them knowing it, though that may seem like a pretty terrifying slippery slope into Minority Report territory. You don't want to have these people in positions where they can cause a lot of harm, said lead researcher Pascal Wallace. We need a tool to identify them without their cooperation or consent, as noted in The Guardian. Scientists previously identified gene variants which are more common in psychopaths, but that certainly isn't definitive enough detail for brain scans. Wallace had originally recruited volunteers to study their taste in music upon learning that many of those same volunteers had gone through psychological testing. However, he combined the results to find the song preference of psychopaths and non-psychopaths alike. He also added that while the aforementioned songs were among those enjoyed by participants who scored higher on measures of psychopathy, there were tracks with even greater predictive power. Of course, he wouldn't name them for fear of compromising future research. Wallace's future study will seek to learn whether this connection between music and psychopathy is real or not, and he seems to have acknowledged that having this kind of information could pose a major ethical problem down the road. The beauty of this idea is you can use it as a screening test without consent, cooperation, or maybe even the knowledge of the people involved, he said. The ethics of this are very hairy, but so is having a psychopath as a boss, and so is having a psychopath in any position of power. Right now, the research team stresses that their findings are preliminary and unpublished. On a similar note, Oxford psychologist Kevin Dutton, who wrote The Wisdom of Psychopaths, has been gathering data for a large-scale psychopath study, some of which include exploring taste in music. Thus far, he's gotten over 3 million people to fill out his online test, and the early results suggest that psychopaths would rather listen to rap than classical music or jazz, according to The Guardian. And while it's worth pointing out, okay, so do a lot of people, maybe it's time to update those movie tropes, just in case. I'm a fan of Silence of the Lambs, and I also like the recent Hannibal series, but according to this study, Hollywood has been getting it wrong with the depiction of psychopaths preferring classical music. In my opinion, what to take from this study is one more reason why you shouldn't base your life on anything Hollywood produces, since it's just entertainment, and I'm talking about rom-coms and the effects they have on people that expect that in their relationships. So back to the point. If you like rap music and songs like Lose Yourself, you're more likely to score higher psychopath scores according to this study. And how do you feel about that? Are you gonna switch from Eminem to Sia because of this study? Or enjoy the rest of your days knowing fully well that you may be a psychopath? Leave your thoughts below, subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.